I went to my local Home Depot to pick up some bulbs to replace 4 burned-out tubes in my basement, and I decided to just look around while I was there. You can guess how that turned out. They had a huge display of Ryobi tools where if you picked up a kit with a charger and 2 batteries, you could add on a tool for free. I picked up a cordless sander, but a little shop vacuum jumped into my cart, so I felt it needed going with me as well. I'll give first impressions of the tools and batteries here, tell you what I liked and what I didn't, and whether I thought this was a good purchase. First, I'll take a look at the charger and batteries, or if you're from certain areas of the Midwest, the batteries. I took them out of the box right away, and I put one of the batteries on the charger overnight. It's small, but hopefully you can see the green light indicating the battery is fully charged. There's a locking mechanism that keeps the battery securely attached to the charger or tool, and you need to push the tabs in firmly on both sides to remove it. This took a little more effort than I expected, but my hands may be on the small side, and my grip is not as firm as it once was either. Next, I slid the second battery into the charger. The flashing green light on the stand indicates the battery is charging, and the battery's flashing light confirms it. There's a small button on the battery that you can press to check the charge level. The one I just removed from the charger shows 4 bars, indicating the battery is fully charged. It's very easy to put in the sander. There's a space. It's pretty obvious which way to put it in. It locks in, and now you're good. The on-off switch is on the front, where you would expect it, and I always have to say the noise level is not too high. So that's the tool I chose to go with the batteries. But there's there was something else that caught my eye. The other thing that caught my eye was this small vacuum. I found this vacuum at the perfect time, since I'm in the middle of my clean it once a year, whether it needs it or not, shop cleaning binge. I actually tidy up here and there all the time, but I finished some major cleaning upstairs, and I thought I'd continue with the basement and garage. Every woodworker knows how sawdust will accumulate on every horizontal surface in the shop. I haven't used this jet scroll saw in a while. It's near the table saw and another scroll saw, and you could leave messages in the dust. The suction is strong and you can feel it. When I touched the end of the hose flat to the table, it took some effort to pry it loose. The vacuum comes with a crevice tool, but that didn't seem needed for what I was doing in this little test. Now I'll move on to the sander. It seems a bit heavy, but I think that will be an asset when I start sanding, because the weight of the sander itself would put downward pressure on the sanding pad and therefore on the area I'm finishing. I personally think the on-off switch takes too much effort to operate, but at least I don't have to worry about accidentally turning it off or on. The sandpaper discs hold securely in place. My pet peeve with 2 corded sanders I already own is that the discs tend to come loose and go flying across the room like very thin frisbees. I'm too old to get my exercising chasing down discs and bending over to pick them up. The sander caught in the recesses for the letters on this name puzzle more than once, but that's the fault of the sandee, not the sander. I flipped the board over and it ran smoothly over the back of the side of the maple board, and the same with the edges. Overall, the sander felt good in my hand, and I was pleased with its performance. My only gripe is with the on-off switch. The sander has an included bag to catch sawdust, and it has a little catch to hold it in place. It was easy to remove, but the little sanding I did so far didn't produce much sawdust, as you can see. I would imagine you could attach this to a dust collection system, but I don't have one to try it out on. So that's my first impression of these 2 Ryobi tools. This isn't a long-term review yet, but so far I'm pleased with both of them. The sander feels good and works well, although I'm not crazy about the on-off switch. The vacuum made a very good first impression, and I could already see it being useful, especially around the CNC machine in my store's back room. I'll be using both of these tools in future projects, so keep an eye out for them, and I'll let you know how they hold up over time. If you use Ryobi tools in your shop, let me know in the comments which ones you like and which ones you'd avoid. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.